emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Indiana Hoosiers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Buckeyes will put total leather and we'll get started. Bringing it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. So Indiana's offense will have plenty of work to do after that return was bottled up. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
Makes the quick grab. And that defense is all over that one. No room to run after the catch. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. You look at the schedule for these teams, it's brutal. Each and every week, you are going to get tested. So it's important they get off to a really fast start. They've got to come out, take everything they did on the practice field this offseason, and let these guys go play.
Yeah, and you got to let it rip, man, because that's always your first goal, right? We talk about conference championships, winning your conference, and then it gets you to where you need to go. So looking forward to getting conference play kicked off in the Big Ten.
The Hoosiers send out the punt unit. He'll bring it back. It's Ball. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will try to get something started with their first possession. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
Here comes the offense on second down. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. The Buckeyes may be leaders in the modern game, but this has an old-school, vintage Buckeye feel to it when they move the ball on the ground.
And Ohio State's done it year after year, and it's player after player. But this university recruits at such an elite level. They find dudes, and it's easy to run the football when you've got some dudes.
He's got it on the right. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
He makes the connection. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Ohio State. A great catch and run for 6. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, if he gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
To the ground with the back. Bulls his way forward. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
Dropping back, it's Cherry. Complete. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And the Hoosiers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun, the inside give. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. That type of pressure on the quarterback, that's vintage Ohio State, right in keeping with the legacy that's been established by the Buckeye D.
Yeah, and you take pride in that. You own that legacy with all those guys you see performing at a high level in the NFL. Man, you see that, you want to go get it, recruiting guys to fit those profiles. That's why Ohio State always has a good defensive line.
Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Time to take a shot. Catch inside the 30 and still running. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Indiana!
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. These running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Fires left. Complete downfield. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. New set of downs after that completion. Looking to move it through the air. Got it behind the line. It's Faulkner. On the move at the 30. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. That's the way you get things going. A huge play, and now attacking from just inside the red zone. Quick pass on the jet motion. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Notre Dame went into hostile territory and came away with a convincing victory. The Irish always get everyone's best punch, but today they took that punch and delivered a knockout of their own. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Here's the handoff. Not much there. They'll give him one to the 14.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
And the ball is loose and live in the backfield. A defense scoops it up, and they're bringing it back. And the quarterback just ran out of time there, and they were able to knock it free.
Quarterbacks have got to do a great job keeping two hands on the football, especially in passing situations like that, because you know defenders are swatting at the ball. Even if you can't see them, these guys, they're 6'5", 6'6", they've got long arms. They're trying to rip and tug away and get that ball out of your hands. A QB will learn from this play. He's got to do a better job with his fundamental.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State. On to attempt the try. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
That makes the score Ohio State 21, Indiana
The returner's going to try to see what he can get. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Been just inside their own 20. They need to convert on 3rd and short.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
It's hard to stop Greg Newman. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. He looks that one in nicely. Stopped at the 42, but he got 15 yards on the play. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Dropping back, it's Cherry. Working that left side now. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Trying to find his man on first down. Using the quick game. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Now on 2nd down. He wants to throw it again. Got it in the middle, it's Shaw. There to make the stop, but he is a weapon out of the backfield in the short passing game, and they've got a first down. The Hoosiers come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Shaw. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Line getting set on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Pocket starts to collapse. And just too much on that pass. Too high, too wide, out of bounds, and incomplete. And the Hoosiers will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And no shot at a return here as the punt flies out of bounds. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
On 2nd down, wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup. Just outstanding execution, continuing to work his way back through the football.
Yeah, and everything about this route looks vertical. The comeback, it looks like it's a go.
And the quarterback is snowed under. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
We're only in the first half already. This guy's got 2 TD passes, so you can see the defensive coaching staff on the sideline telling this D-line, guys, we got to get after this guy. We have to affect his rhythm and not let him be so comfortable back there. Right there, they were able to get after him. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy.
Looking deep. Got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. So the offense has had enough. They'll take a knee and wrap up this first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in Bloomington. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere. And I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
The Hoosiers will line up to kick off and start the second half. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own. He's going for a big play downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Makes the grab on the left.
Yeah, and that's one of those where you just look at the coverage. You look at down the field, taking away all the options, making sure you don't throw that ball downfield to get the first down. The only option, check it to the running back. Now I close that space. Nice job tackling.
Finds him out of the backfield. Still running at the 40. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold it, offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. This could absolutely spin this game in another direction. They're going for it inside their own 30. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. At the 40, there he goes. Nothing but green ahead. At the 20. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
Got it! Touchdown, Ohio State! And the pummeling has started. And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you dream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground. You're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
Looking for a productive play on first down. The give to the back. Pushes the pile for a couple of yards down at the 12.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Finds a little bit of space. He'll get 3 out to the 15. 3rd and short. They've got them back up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Dropping back, it's Cherry. Fires to the middle. And that pass intercepted. Didn't find much room on the return, but now they are in business and poised to strike from the 25. Offense set on 1st down. From the gun, running back on the move. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the beatdown has ensued. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
That makes the score Ohio State 42, Indiana.
And he's going to try to return this one. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
This offense has a 2nd down play. Trying play action. Feeling some heat. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the Hoosiers line up to punt it away. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit. Good on the punt return. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Line gets set, 1st down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the 2nd level and creating big lanes for this running back.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the 1st down.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
They get him on the ground, a 6-yard run in the red zone down to the 11. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the 3rd quarter stats will show you. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Hurts his way ahead for about 3. It's down at the 8. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Touchdown, Ohio State! And the punishment has been extended. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Indiana sends the offense onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm.
Hit the gas, kids. Wide open ahead. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. How about that last big play? You're backed up, and now you've got it 1st and 10 from the 46. Looking down the middle. And it's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. They're getting this guy lathered up. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. The big pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 1. And the Buckeyes are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that 1st down.
Zings it complete to the right.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Now facing a 3rd and long. Smart move to keep it on the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. The holder will spot it about 35 yards out. Absolutely perfect. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
Indiana 7.
The returner will field it and try to do some business. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Going up top on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. Bunch formation for these receivers. Looking for a man. It's Cherry. Just a short pass to the tight end. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. Getting some heat. Quarterback all over the place trying to make a play, but eventually he goes down.